provided by Thomas Allgeier and Frennis, based on the most relevant posts on LinkedIn about next-gen vehicle intelligence in CW3334. Frennis is a B2B market research company working with enterprises to optimize their campaigns with account and executive insights far beyond AI. Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really cutting through the noise. We're diving deep into the top next-gen vehicle intelligence trends, specifically what we saw bubbling up on LinkedIn in calendar weeks 33 and 34. Our goal here is simple: give you a clear, concise overview of what's, actually moving the needle in the mobility industry right now. Think of it as your shortcut.
Yeah, it's your shortcut to understanding these crucial shifts. And honestly, it's a really fascinating time. What these curated insights show us is, well, a pretty significant shift. We're seeing things move from just concepts, theories, toward real, tangible industrialization.
Okay.
So we'll be exploring how this whole software-defined thinking is just dominating everything, how AUTOS is evolving maybe more pragmatically now, and of course the big focus on cybersecurity, regulation, and building out these ecosystems.
Right. So let's jump in. First big theme: the software-defined vehicle, the SDV, and the cloud. It felt like over the last couple of weeks, this idea of software-defined thinking wasn't just a topic, it was the topic.
Absolutely dominated.
Yeah, pushing things like upgradable platforms, digital twins.
Yeah.
Moving them from theory to, actual delivery.
And what's really striking is how software-defined commercial vehicles are being framed now. John Hawkins shared some insights on this. They're being positioned as these dynamic, upgradable platforms.
Dynamic, okay.
Yeah, designed to boost performance, life cycle value, promising fleets, particularly in North America, things like more uptime, better efficiency, lower total cost of ownership.
Through things like OTA updates and predictive maintenance, I assume.
Exactly. Innovations like OTA, predictive maintenance, it's fundamentally changing how you manage that asset. It's not just a truck anymore, it's an evolving platform.
That's a huge mental shift. And within that SDV space, there's this ongoing debate, isn't there, about middleware?
Oh, yeah.
Thomas Rupping highlighted the real challenges in funding and governance, especially comparing open source versus AUTOSAR.
Right.
He seemed to argue that AUTOSAR's community source model is maybe the most professional proven path right now for that automotive grade stuff.
Given the safety requirements, yeah, that makes sense. You need something robust, standardized.
Definitely.
And connecting that to development. Digital twins are making huge strides. Pablo Oliveira Antonino shared an example, a collaboration between Fraunhofer IS and Perseus Co., Ltd.
Okay.
They're using virtual engineering, basically, for faster validation, faster integration. It cuts down costs, time, risk, significantly.
Which you absolutely need if software is driving everything.
Yep.
And you also need the pipes,
Yes.
The in-vehicle networking.
Exactly.
The backbone.
Peter Schaefer from Infineon Technologies seemed quite proud of their Bright Lane Ethernet solutions, positioning them as, crucial backbones for SDVs. Jürgen Heuke also mentioned Infineon's growing portfolio there. High bandwidth networking is non-negotiable now. These cars are becoming data centers on wheels, essentially.
True.
But that brings up a challenge, doesn't it? Over-the-air updates, OTA.
Right. The promise versus the reality sometimes.
Precisely. Manali Ratnaparkhi called it a hidden crisis. Drivers reporting problems after an update, but no easy way to roll back. That creates frustration, damages trust.
Yeah, that's a big hurdle.
And Mohammed Nasser stressed that optimizing the central compute, pairing MCUs effectively, that's critical for making OTA reliable and for enabling secure, scalable features down the line. It's got to work flawlessly.
So if you get the software and OTA right, that's a huge competitive advantage then. Is that reflected in market leadership?
Well, according to Roberto Diesel, reporting on the 2025 Gartner Digital Automotive Index.
Oh.
Yes. Tesla, NIO, Xiaomi were highlighted for their strong software capabilities.
Interesting. Tesla, NIO, Xiaomi.
Yeah, and that puts real pressure on European players. Martin Thompson emphasized that need for political and industrial alignment in Europe to, accelerate SDV success there. It feels like a critical moment.
A make or break moment, almost.
Could be. Fadi Labib pointed out this reality gap, the auto industry lagging way behind smartphones and software innovation.
Why is that? Fragmentation, regulation?
Both.
Yeah.
System fragmentation, regulatory complexity, slower development cycles. It all adds up. So now car companies face this stark choice. Do you go the Tesla-Apple approach, build it all in-house?
Control the whole stack.
Or do you partner up like the Android ecosystem? It's a fundamental strategic fork in the road.
And that fundamentally redefines roles.
Yeah.
Right? Sharif Ismail noted that decoupling software from hardware It shifts the main software responsibility straight to the OEMs,
Yep.
which really challenges the traditional tier ones. They need to become software platform providers now, not just hardware makers.
It's a massive upheaval, and Dr. Karsten Krugel highlighted it's not just tech, it's mindset. Overcoming legacy workflows, embracing virtual ECUs, radical collaboration, fostering a culture where software leads.
Software leads, hardware enables.
Yes.
That's a good way to put it.
And Matthias Schmelter argued tier ones need to become holistic solution orchestrators beyond 2030, building ecosystems, partnerships. Just components won't cut it.
Holistic solution orchestrators.
Okay. And speaking of ecosystem shifts, Joseph Abraham's analysis of NVIDIA's big new chip, the 2000 teraflop one.
Whoa.
He sees it as geopolitical repositioning, driving AI consolidation in automotive. He even predicted it could eliminate traditional supplier tiers, favor platform controllers over manufacturers within 18 months.
18 months. That's incredibly fast for this industry.
It is. Shows the potential speed of disruption.
And this software focus even changes how money is made. Yogesh RV detailed VW's horsepower subscription for the Audi Teva 3 in the UK.
Right, pay to unlock performance.
Exactly. Pay a fee, get the full power from hardware that's already there, totally new model.
And that's only possible because of the architectural shifts, like Runak Singh Rajput described, moving from layered ECUs to domain-based architectures. That's the foundation for these modern SDVs.
But not everyone's thrilled with every aspect. Benjamin Igno posted about Polestar outsourcing its software to Infosys, expressing, well, outrage.
Yeah, it raises questions about core competency, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
What do you keep in-house in the SDV era?
It's a tricky balance.
And supporting all this requires talent. Sapthajiri Chapalapalli shared that companies like Tata Consultancy Services are expanding their auto delivery centers in Europe, focusing on these next-gen SDV solutions. The talent race is definitely on.
Okay, huge amount happening in SDV. Let's shift gears. Theme 2, ADAS and autonomy.
Right. And here, the vibe feels maybe more pragmatic, a focus on simulation geofenced pilots rather than, imminent level 5 everywhere.
Yeah, that pragmatic feel really came through. Stellantis pulling out of level 3 autonomy development was a big signal. Lucas Timm called it the end of the ADS gold rush, citing the massive R&D costs, tech hurdles, regulatory nightmares.
Yeah, consumer preference too, right? People seem happy with good level 2+ features for now.
Exactly. Level 3, where the car drives, but you need to be ready. Maybe the business case just wasn't there for Stellantis compared to solid L2+ build.
So with that reality check, safety assurance moves further upstream. Dominic Seidel really hammered this point. Comprehensive simulation-based V&V is essential.
V&V verification and validation.
Yeah. It's not just about driving miles without crashing. It's systematic approaches, scenario identification, finding design gaps before you hit the road.
Which makes sense. And Gregor Stenglein pointed out where the real progress is happening, closed environments.
Like warehouses, farms, factories.
Right. Simpler rules, lower risk, massive ROI for automation into those controlled spaces. That's where autonomy is delivering value now.
But we are seeing steps in cities too, carefully controlled ones. Jackie Hahn and Timothy Papandrea reported Waymo got the first permit to test in New York City.
Wow, NYC, that's a complex environment.
Definitely a big step for Waymo 1. And Wolfgang Bernhardt noted Mercedes got level 3 approval in California and Nevada, setting high regulatory trust standards there.
And building on Waymo, Stefan Axer did an analysis for Chicago, estimating they'd need around 3,500 vehicles to keep rejection rates low.
Shows the scale needed for a viable service.
And Sasso Panagrai shared that Waymonauts are already doing fully autonomous freeway rides in the Bay Area. So progress in specific areas, even if broad L3 is paused by some.
But public acceptance, that remains a hurdle.
Danilo da Costa Ribeiro stressed this.
Yeah, Marcus Meisner pointed out the irony. Millions die in traffic accidents. But trust in AVs is still low. People feel safer driving, even if stats say otherwise.
And Christina N. highlighted the need for consistent performance, especially in bad weather, unpredictable conditions. That's key to building trust. It has to work reliably all the time.
The economics are still a driver, though. Santiago Wiedemann highlighted Tesla's robotaxi potential, citing estimates suggesting costs could drop way down, maybe $7.25, $7.40 per mile at scale. And Thomas Frey confirmed Tesla launching service in Austin, so that vision is being actively pursued.
Interesting tech point from Alexei Novolokin.
Yeah.
Omnidirectional wheel control plus AI for parking.
Oh, yeah, revolutionizing parking, reducing search time, fender benders. Maybe boosting parking capacity by 20%. That would be huge for cities.
Definitely. And the capability build continues. Sarah Tariq noted NVIDIA's hiring for its next-gen AD stack using reasoning VLMs.
Vision language models for more human-like reasoning.
Right. And Sven Lammer mentioned Bosch and Cariad advancing automated driving with AI too. The AI arms race continues.
And we're seeing different models emerge. Peter Kappas and Hugo Fozzati introduced the Tensor Robocar, a personal L4 vehicle.
Personal L4. Interesting.
Yeah, purpose-built, prioritizing privacy, user control, self-maintenance. Daniel Abreu Marquez noted this gives legs to Musk's personal AV vision.
Meanwhile, in China,
Thaha Mohammed Abdul Karim reflected on BID's big focus on level 4 there. Shows the global push, maybe with different deployment strategies.
Okay, which leads us nicely into theme 3, testing, verification, and homologation. Can't deploy any of this without proving it's safe and getting regulatory approval.
Absolutely foundational. And again, Dominic Seidel's point about simulation-based V&V being essential comes up. Finding those design gaps early, safely.
And new initiatives are emerging. Thomas Dickoff highlighted a ProStep IVIP Association project group focused on AI-assisted virtual homologation.
Virtual homologation. So getting regulators to trust simulation data for sign-off.
Exactly. Addressing the credibility issues of virtual testing for regulatory requirements, that's a big step if they can achieve it.
And complementary hardware matters here, too. Mario Capelli posted about pairing Rust programming language with ASLD-qualified MCUs.
ASLD, highest safety level.
Right. A big leap for functional safety and SDVs, making sure the hardware foundation is rock solid for the software and its validation.
Aladine HMDI detailed the V-cycle model, too, which is standard practice, right? Development phases mapping to testing phases.
Yeah, cornerstone of automotive software. Ensures safety, reliability, aligns with ISO 26262. Mapping requirements to test cases meticulously.
And Ashish Kumar suggested generative AI could shake up even that V-cycle, revolutionize every stage, from requirements to compliance.
Interesting. And circling back to regulation, Henry Hafner and Christian Senger outlined the European framework. Unique, they say, in setting high safety standards before regular AV operation.
So tech readiness first, then regulation follows.
That's Hafner's point for the EU approach, prioritizing readiness, with Germany leading on national laws for L4. Senger stressed the rigorous standards for approval.
Okay, let's shift inside the car. Theme 4, cockpit UX and digital services. How we interact with these vehicles is changing dramatically.
For sure. Elias Musa shared updates on windshield-based augmented reality. Think Xpeng and Huawei's Light Chaser Panorama.
An 87-inch AR display on the windshield.
Yeah. Turns the whole thing into this live, interactive driving assistant. Enhanced safety navigation. Pretty futuristic stuff becoming real.
Wow. But alongside that, there's also a push for privacy, right? Peter Kappa's Tensor Robocar again.
Exactly. Designed for personal use, user control, data stays local. A very different model from shared data ecosystems, catering to privacy concerns.
And that links back to monetization again. Yogesh RB's VW horsepower subscription example.
Right. Paying to unlock hardware features. That's a new kind of digital service, a new UX element baked into the ownership model. Value delivery is changing.
Okay, 5th theme, and it underpins everything. Cybersecurity and regulation.
Absolutely critical. Connected vehicle risk. It's a board-level concern now, needs robust strategies.
Claire Manslin, writing for SE Media, really underscored the need for practical strategies to harden security, mentioning the growing threat of cyber terrorism even.
Yeah, the stakes are high. Martin Schleicher also highlighted cybersecurity's importance for SDVs. You can't have software defined without secure software.
And the European regulatory discussion we touched on.
Right, Hefner on tech readiness, Sengner on the rigorous legal framework for safety approvals. It shows a strong focus on secure, safe deployment before opening the floodgates.
And a key global development, Janine Funke's update on WP.29, setting up an informal working group on AI.
WP.29, the UN Vehicle Harmonization Forum.
Yep. Aiming to support safe AI integration in safety systems, expecting initial guidance by June 2026. That'll be important for global standards.
Definitely one to watch.
Okay, final theme, ecosystem, partnerships, and releases. How the industry is collaborating and evolving.
Yeah, lots happening here. Research industry collaboration is expanding. That Fraunhofer IS and Perseus co-partnership Pablo Oliveira Antonino shared, that's a great example of accelerating SDV tech through international teamwork.
Now, the talent pipeline focus. Udalak Majimrun mentioned Gahan AI working with Scalar School of Technology.
Empowering students in sensor fusion, 3D perception, building that future workforce.
And Sarah Tariq's note about NVIDIA hiring for their AD stack. Talent is key.
We're also seeing tons of platform activity, especially US and China. Augustin Friedel gave a rundown. Baidu hitting 2.2 million driverless rides in Q2 2025.
Wow.
Nuro getting more funding, Grab and WeRide partnering up. The L4 race is very active globally.
And automakers are investing heavily in-house too. Steve Greenfield reported GM building a small, elite AI center of excellence.
And Tata Consultancy Services expanding delivery centers in Europe, as Saptagiri Chapalpally shared. It's about scaling development, building regional hubs.
So a lot of investment, collaboration, and real-world activity happening. If you enjoyed this deep dive, new episodes drop every 2 weeks. Also check out our other editions on electrification and battery technology, future mobility market evolution, and commercial fleet insights.
You know, what's truly fascinating looking across all these insights is just how fast this landscape is being redefined. It's not just the tech advancing, but how companies, regulators, everyone is adapting. That strategic positioning Joseph Abraham mentioned earlier, it's happening right now, before the dust really settles, before consensus forms. And that positioning, that's going to shape who leads the future of mobility. It's a pivotal time.
A powerful thought to end on. The pieces are moving on the chessboard right now. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our future explorations.